You know, there's nothing better than combining your favorites.
Like peanut butter and jelly.
Steak and potatoes.
Ashley and Whitney. But today we are combining two of our very favorites, wood and metal.
And we are gonna build the cutest coffee table that y'all have ever seen. We have teamed up with Purebond Plywood and Lincoln Electric to build this table, and just wait till you see it finished.
So let's get to building.
Let's do it.
If you missed our last video, we had our friend Jen from jenwoodhouse.com come up and show us how to weld.
Y'all can click the link in the description box below to check that out. It was so much fun. We used our new Lincoln Electric 3-in-1 140 MP welder to build the base.
And that welder is so awesome. It is so user-friendly. It was very, very easy to set up. Whitney and I got to try our hand at welding, and we got to actually assemble the coffee table base.
So much fun. So we've got that finished. We put a coat of paint on it, and now we're here today to build the top.
And this top is made with 1 sheet of Purebond plywood.
Say what?
1 sheet.
Let's build it. All right, guys, so we are using Jen's plans for this coffee table. We'll add a link below so y'all can click it and go get those yourself. And our first step is going to be attaching our sides to our table tops. This is actually the very top of the table, and we flipped it over.
So we cut the sides down to size. We actually cut all of this plywood. You can use your table saw like we did, or you can use a Craig jig rib cut if you don't have a table saw.
Now, a lot of people ask, you're gonna build a table with plywood? That's crazy, but that is one of our favorite things about Purebond plywood. It is plywood, but it has a beautiful veneer and outside that gives you the look of real hardwood, but at a fraction of the cost. So your first step is going to be adding 3/4 inch pocket holes down each side of your smaller sides, and we've already done that. We're gonna be attaching it flush with this tabletop using 1 1/4 inch pocket hole screws, and don't forget your wood glue. Ashley, what's that thing you're holding in your hand?
It's a glue bot. This is our favorite glue dispenser. You can use any wood glue that you want, and the best part about it is that you just give it a little squeeze and you can apply glue right up and down. There's no mess. It's amazing. All right, so now we are going to attach the side pieces to the top piece with 1 1/4 inch pocket hole screws and wood glue.
All right, so we've got both sides done now, and now we'll add one of our longer sides.
Enter longer side.
This is actually going to be the back of the coffee table. It's like a puzzle. Look at these cuts. My goodness.
Perfect. We have used Purebond plywood for years. Many years. And we love it so much because A, it's formaldehyde free. So a lot of the plywood that you use is made with formaldehyde glue.
Yes, and so it's very dangerous to breathe, and this is, we know that what we're building is safe for us to breathe and work with, and it's made in America, also a huge bonus.
Winner, winner.
So what we're doing is we're adding glue. Just like we attached those sides, we're adding glue to the top and side, and we will flip this bad boy over and get it into place. You just want to make sure everything is nice and flush, and then attach it using your pocket hole screws.
All right, and a lot of people will ask us, like, there's so many different kinds of plywood, Purebond plywood. Do I get like birch or do I get red oak?
And that really depends on the look that you're going for. So a lot of the oak's gonna have a lot of grain. The birch is more of like a solid color. So it kind of just depends on the look that you're going for in your piece.
They have so many different species. They've got knotty alder, they've got oak, they've got
maple,
like birch. We use a lot of birch just because it's the most affordable one. And it still stains really pretty.
Excuse me. Sorry.
Did you?
No, but my drill did.
We're 12.
Grow up, Ashley. Act your age. Why is that funny? Why is that funny?
All right, so we have step 1 complete. Now we are going to add the center support, and it is going to go directly center, and we're going to use 1 1/4 inch pocket holes to attach it into the top and to the back of this coffee table.
I'm going to glue you. So you want to mark center on this part because you want to make sure this is nice and straight, because this is actually what's going to hold your drawer slides. Couldn't think of the word I was looking for. There you go.
All right, we're centering up between the 2 lines that we made.
Excuse me. It's not gonna get old.
It's not gonna get old. now we have the sides, the back, and the middle support attached to the top, and we're gonna pause right there and build the drawers.
Pause.
Pausing.
Exit coffee table.
Still pausing.
Enter drawers. That's so loud. So aggressive.
All right.
Okay, so these drawers are also made from the Purebond plywood. So like Ash said, this whole thing comes from one sheet of plywood, which is pretty awesome. So what we've done is cut these down to size. We have our backs, our fronts, and our sides. And we are just gonna lay these out.
That is a good tip if you actually mark when you're cutting these which piece is which. That way you don't get confused and have to spend time measuring everything again.
So we are gonna be building these drawers using wood glue and 18 gauge brad nails. And we are just going to be attaching at the corners with glue and then nailing it up.
Are we doing this or are we doing this?
I don't know. Let me look at the plans, Ashley. That's a great
Because they're
question.
going to be two different sizes.
That's right. And that would be, I would do it opposite of whatever was called for.
Inside. All right. Okay.
The back and front go inside.
That's a very important note. You don't want to mess up and put the front and back on the ends because then it's going to be too long and too skinny of a drawer.
We have never done that before.
Ever.
So I am just attaching, I've got my back and that's inside because I've already checked on the side and getting it nice and flush. Another great thing about just using this one sheet of plywood is how much money we save.
Oh yeah.
The trim boards are typically the most expensive part.
Okay, frames are done.
All right, so now we're gonna be adding the base of these drawers, and for that we're gonna be using 1/4 inch Purebond plywood. So this is also birch, and these have been cut to size. So we're adding glue around the entire base of this drawer, and then we will attach it using our stapler.
The reason we're using a stapler is because we like to use staples on this 1/4 inch plywood because it grabs a hold of it. If you use nails, it could just pop off really easily until the wood glue dries. If you don't have a stapler, you can use finish nails. You could also use a little handheld cheap staple gun.
You can see where the staple's gone into that 1/4 inch and into our drawer. All right, so we've got both of our drawers built. That looks like synchronized flipping right there. And now we're going to get our drawer slides on and into our coffee table.
All right, so let's move these out of the way and get our coffee table. Okay, so the first thing that we're gonna do is mark for the drawer slides, and we have a shanty trick for that. Okay, so to start, we're going to mark in 3/4 of an inch from the very front.
And I'll actually use our face frame on this part to mark it.
And the reason that we're doing that is because we still have a drawer face that we need to account for, and this will allow our drawer faces to slide and be flush with the front of this coffee table.
Come here, Shandy Cam. Look what I did right here. You can see right here that I've marked 3/4 of an inch like Ash was talking about, and that gives us enough that gives us enough space to push our face frame back.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so now that we've marked that, we're going to use these 1x3s to give us a little spacer so that we know where to put our drawer slides. And it really doesn't matter where on the inside of this drawer that you put your drawer slides, as long as it's kind of towards the middle, towards the bottom. You just don't want to put it at the very, very top of the coffee table.
So we are using 22-inch drawer slides. These are fully extending drawer slides, and we'll add a link to those in the description box below. So what I'm doing right here is I'm lining up the end of that drawer slide that it's fully extended with the line that we just created. So that puts us at 3/4 of an inch back, and then Ashley's gonna go through and attach these with the screws. Get that guy in place.
Don't need to do every single hole. You can do like 3 holes. One in the middle, one at each end. There we go. Okay, all right, so we've got one drawer slide mounted on the inside. Now we're gonna move over to the next one.
All right, so we've got both of these drawer slides in. We're gonna move our spacers out of the way. And now what we're doing is I'm just going to set this face frame here, and that's gonna hold my drawer in place for me as I go find my drawer. Where's my drawer? I dropped my drawer. So what I'm doing now is I'm actually gonna turn this drawer upside down because this is the top of our table. And Ashley's gone in, added those spacers, flipped them upside down, and that's gonna lift our drawer just enough to where it's gonna be in a perfect spot. And let me get this squeezed in here. So what I'm doing here is I'm fully extending my drawer slide and drawer, and you want it to be totally even with the front of it. All right, and so what I'm doing now is I'm gonna hold that out right there, and Ashley's gonna come in and screw it in.
Always Ashley. All right, so we did tell you that we were pausing to build the drawers, and we didn't add the bottom yet, and the reason we didn't do that is because if we did, we would have to be working in tight confines, and it would be a lot harder, and all we're gonna do is nail the bottom onto it, so it makes it a lot easier to get to these drawer slides. All right, let's try her on for size.
So I'm gonna move these spacers out of the way again. Okay.
Oh yeah, baby.
Awesome.
And then our drawer face, perfectly flush, guys. Jen's gonna be so proud of us.
So we're gonna need to FaceTime her soon and show her this goodness.
All right, so we have this side completely done. Now we're gonna move on to the next side.
And do the exact same thing. All right, we've got this drawer done. I do think now would be a great time to FaceTime Jen.
On it.
Okay.
Now that we got all the think work done. Yeah.
The annoying part done. So that's good.
All right.
Well, of course. Okay.
She didn't answer. She denied our
I guess
call.
she doesn't even care.
Okay, so Jen didn't answer her phone, so we're gonna move on.
She probably just texted me.
Oh.
I heard a text. Or was it something else?
Oh, she said to give her 10 minutes.
So we're gonna keep going, and then we'll come back and do that.
Okay.
So we got the drawers in, we got the top of the carcass done.
Carcass.
I said it.
All right, she loves the word carcass.
So much. And now we're adding the base, which is that same big 3/4 inch sheet of hardwood plywood. And we are attaching it to the underside of the table using wood glue and 1.5 inch stack screws.
All right, that was so easy.
That was so easy. So at this point, we're gonna be adding our drawer faces. These are also that 3/4 inch material that's staying so pretty. We love the Purebond, and we are using nickels for this part.
Why are we using nickels?
Tell them, Ash.
Because that's all we have. You can use pennies.
And Ash loves using playing cards. That's another thing we've used before. But what we're doing is we're getting it just off enough from the surface so that the drawer opens and closes easily. So I've added wood glue to my drawer face, and I am setting it on top of my nickels to give me perfect spacing. And then I'm also going to space it evenly that way. Where'd the nailer go?
Oh, I put the nailer up thinking that it was the...
She's got this, guys.
Got it. I was trying to like just clean up the area. And I was like, oh, we don't need the stapler anymore.
Who needs tools? I've got my drawer face in place, and I'm gonna go back with the nailer and pop a couple nails in there.
Pop it like it's hot.
That's right. Then when we turn it over, we can add some more screws from the inside of the drawer to make that nice and strong.
Oh, Jen's calling. Perfect timing. Hey, hey.
Hey, how are you?
Good, how are you? Here's Whit. So we've got the base, or actually the top of the coffee table done, and we were gonna call you before we got the drawers done, but we finished the drawers already.
Oh, good.
And they're installed, so hang on.
We're that fast.
Your plans were awesome.
Oh, good, good.
And now we're gonna do some edge banding, and then we're gonna do, put some stain on it and then attach it to the base.
And we've got the base of the table totally painted, so we should have this thing done here in the next 20-25 minutes or so.
Yeah.
Yippee
This
skippy!
is so fast.
We'll text you a picture as soon as we get it done.
Yeah, it looks so good.
Well, it's your plans, girl, so
Yeah. Oh, it
should be
looks
good.
great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so we're gonna go back to edge banding, and then we will, we'll send you a picture when we finish.
Awesome.
Okay,
All right.
thanks, Jen.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, drawers are done now, coffee table's totally done. It's time to edge band. We're using an iron and some edge banding to cover up those rough edges on all of the plywood side.
Now, these come in different finishes, so we went with birch because that's the same finish as our Purebond. And I've got the iron heated up, and we're gonna get this thing covered.
Never thought you'd see an iron in our workshop, huh?
And you can see the difference now. This that we're putting on looks just like our Purebond that's on our drawer faces.
So once you get it stained, it's actually gonna look like one solid piece of wood and not plywood.
It's gonna be so pretty. So we've got both of our long sides done, and now we're gonna cut and attach these shorter pieces. All right, we've got that one done. We're just gonna finish the rest, and then we're ready for stain, baby.
Yeah, baby.
We are ready to stain this table, and I would say that this is the Purebond Plywood's moment to shine. Would you agree?
I would agree. This is exactly why we started using Purebond Plywood, because it stains beautifully. You don't have to paint it. It is gorgeous with that veneer on there. So you can see the knots right here. It's so pretty. All right, and I'll show you over here. I'll go on the edge banding. We've got edge banding right there. We're just gonna stain the front of it. Now it looks like all one piece. Okay, now we're bringing that base that we welded with our Lincoln Electric welder, and we are placing it on the bottom of the coffee table.
It's a match made in heaven, guys.
Just like peanut butter and jelly.
And like Whitney and Ashley.
Okay, now we're going to drill holes into this part of the base, and then we're gonna use screws to attach the base to the coffee tabletop, and that's it.
Yay!
And add hardware.
Bah, I love this coffee table.
It's so pretty, and the best part about it is that we don't have to go find a base. We can weld whatever kind of metal base that we want now on any table.
I know, I love using the Lincoln Electric welder, and I cannot wait to get my hands on it again.
Speaking of combining two favorites, I think another favorite is Purebond Plywood and Lincoln Electric.
Oh, another match made in heaven.
All right, guys, don't miss another one of our videos by making sure that you subscribe to our channel.
And be sure to use hashtag ShanieTheChic on social media so that we can see your projects and share them. Happy building. All right, so we've got this table totally done, and now we're gonna add the stain and we'll be ready. Ready for what? What are we ready for?
Say it again.
What are you ready for?
Part of the base, and then we're gonna use screws to attach the